then Ms. Mojica is going to ask you another, and I thought you could combine them. What's your question, Jamar?
Were you scared to fight and to be put in jail?
Okay, so Jamar's asking, were you scared to fight and what?
Be put in jail.
To be put in jail. Were you scared of the fighting, I guess you mean?
Yeah.
To be put in jail. And you can go sit down, Jamar. And then Miss Mojica Rodriguez, would you come forward? Here she is, another youth trainer coming in the making. You want to ask him your question and I'll repeat it.
Thank you.
My question is what motivated you to keep doing what you do in life?
Okay.
Okay, so Miss Mojica Rodriguez asked, what motivated you to keep on doing what you're doing in life? So basically, were you scared, and what motivated you to keep doing what you're doing? See if you can, you have to press that real tight, Doc. It's acting really funny. If you need me to hold it up. There you go. There you go.
I think we got it now. Right there. Okay, all right.
You got it?
Yeah. I used to belong to a gang in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, so I was used to fighting. So one of my greatest struggles in the movement was that I knew how to defend myself from them. So maybe because I knew that, okay, I had control over myself. Because if I ever changed my mind about nonviolence, okay, I would already have the skills. So to me, nonviolence became something I discovered that was more powerful and a greater weapon to accomplish the goals I wanted to accomplish. Because one of the things in nonviolence is even those who would attack you, or you consider your opponents, the goal in nonviolence is to win them over, not simply to push them back, okay, to keep them from attacking you. This thing was so powerful until what you do is take your, who would be your enemies, and make them your friends. So you treat them that way. So that I consider much more powerful. So that was on my mind when I was attacked. So that's the thing that kept me from hitting them back, because I would accomplish nothing except a fight between the two of us, you know, or either outnumbered. And that's the thing I always like about nonviolence, that you, that because the person or the people outnumber you, doesn't give them an advantage. Okay? Even though they're the majority, okay, they are not necessarily more powerful. Because even a majority of people, or one person, can take on, okay, an entire group or entire community. So, that violates all the logic that people think about. So the more I learned about nonviolence, the more fascinated I became. And actually, when I started to use nonviolence, and I saw that it worked, that was the thing that convinced me. Okay? So my comment on that is, I like it. Okay. The next one, was I afraid? Was that the one?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I look at fear. When I think about it, my early age, I used to be so scared. I was a little skinny boy. I did not wear short pants because they would mistake my legs for a string hanging from my pants. Okay? So, my arms were skinny, my legs were skinny, my neck was skinny. So, it was, so I was afraid, because somebody would beat me up and push me around, and I didn't like it at all. But I was scared not only of people. The greatest fear I ever had was a fear of ghosts. You know? Those ghosts, you know, that be around under your bed when you're asleep. Yeah, I was afraid of them. Okay? So the way I overcome fear, I had to fight it. First I decided I didn't like it. I didn't like being afraid. So I had to fight that fear. So you know how I fought fear? I used to walk through the graveyard at night. Yeah. And I was doing really good, you know, walking through the graveyard, and that cat jumped out of the tree. And I had to start all over again. You know, after I wiped my pants, I said, I'm going to stand up again, and I'm going to walk through this graveyard. Okay, so in other words, fear is something you have to recognize, and fear is something you have to fight. You never continued, you never stop fighting, okay, fear. Because that means that you do not have hope when you're afraid, okay? So, in the movement, what I recognize is that courage in nonviolence is not the absence of fear. It means you fear less rather than fear more. So you have more courage than your fear. And then that means you can overcome the fear with courage. And that thing that we call overcome, we shall overcome, that song,
Yes.
it means we are overcoming a lot of things. And one of the things we're overcoming is the fear. All right? So, you don't allow the fear to control you.
Right.
You control your own fear. And in every situation I've been in, the outcome has been, you know, successful because I was not afraid. And so that gives me even more courage. Okay? Less fear. Okay.
Okay.
Like I was not afraid that someone's going to take my life in the movement. You know why? Because I had already given it. You can't take something that's been given away already. So, I had no fear of losing my life. So, when they tried to frighten me, or they tried to bluff me or scare me, or even if they did kill me, okay, they wouldn't succeed. It's like Martin Luther King. Did you go by to see the statue yet?
Yeah, we were there this morning.
Guess what? The last time I talked to Martin Luther King in Memphis, Tennessee, I was coming to Washington, D.C. Yeah, we talked. He was supposed to come to Washington, D.C., but he had to stay in Memphis, Tennessee, so he could finish the march there with the garbage workers, you know, the sanitation workers. He told me, he said, Bernard, you go ahead, you know, to Washington. I'll be there, you know, later. How many years later? He's here. Yeah, he finally joined me here in Washington.
Oh, yeah.
Okay? And now he's out there on the mall. Okay? Now, you see, they thought they were going to kill the movement by killing Martin Luther King. Okay? Now, they did put a hit on him. They shot him. Okay? But they didn't kill him. He rose again. You know? 30 feet high. Here in Washington, D.C. They celebrate his birthday all over the world.
All over the world.
You know, there's only one person whose birthday is celebrated in more countries in the world, and that's Jesus Christ. Christmas. Then they have Martin Luther King's birthday. He only lived to be 39 as well. You know, he was young, right? But they put a hit on him, but I call it a hit and a miss.
Oh.
They missed him. In fact, that's why we're talking about him now. Because they didn't succeed in accomplishing their goals by killing him. They weren't thinking about killing him because we're going to die anyway. Wait around and you'll see if you don't die first. Okay? What they were trying to do was kill his movement.
Oh.
That's what they were trying to kill, but they missed.
They missed.
And I want y'all to continue to make sure that they miss.
Yes, indeed.
Okay?
All right.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.